Ever caught yourself doing the exact same stupid thing for the third, fourth, maybe fifth time? Texting your ex at a.m., promising you'll start that project tomorrow, swearing this time you'll finally change. And then, 2 weeks later, you're right back where you started. Here's the thing. You know it won't work. You can feel it's going to blow up in your face, but you do it anyway. And while it's happening, you feel like an idiot. Like you're the only person on earth who can't learn from their own screw-ups. But what if I told you this isn't your fault? What if this is actually a factory defect in your brain? Why the hell do we keep repeating the same mistakes? The beginning, when mistakes meant death. To understand why you repeat mistakes, we need to go back about 200,000 years. Back on the African savanna, your brain had one job: keep you alive until tomorrow. It wasn't designed to make you happy. It wasn't built to help you grow emotionally. It was engineered to stop you from getting eaten by a lion. And you know what kept our ancestors alive? Patterns. If you ate a red berry and got sick, your brain recorded, red equals danger. If you walked down a path and got attacked, your brain learned, avoid that route. Repetition meant safety. Predictability meant survival. The problem? That same brain that saved our species from predators and starvation is still running the exact same software today, except now, instead of avoiding lions, it keeps you trapped in toxic relationships. Instead of protecting you from poisonous plants, it locks you in your comfort zone. Your brain didn't evolve to make you thrive. It evolved to keep you safe. And to your brain, safety means repeating what's already familiar, even if it destroys you. The invisible loop. In 2018, researchers at Duke University found that about 43% of our daily actions aren't actually decisions. They're habits. Autopilot. Your brain already chose for you. Think about it. You wake up, grab your phone. You're stressed, you eat junk. You're sad, you isolate. All automatic. And mistakes? Also automatic. Neuroscience calls this the habit loop, a brain structure that functions like cruise control. It was designed to save energy, because making conscious decisions all day is exhausting. But here's the catch. This autopilot doesn't distinguish between good habits and bad ones. It just repeats what you've done before. Example: you got into an argument and yelled. It went badly. Next argument, you swear you'll stay calm. But when the anger rises, your brain reaches for what it already knows and you yell again. Or this: you work late, sleep poorly, wake up exhausted. You promise tomorrow you'll go to bed early. But when night comes, your brain pushes you right back into the same pattern. After all, it already knows this route. Ironically, your brain repeats mistakes because mistakes are familiar. And the more you repeat it, the stronger that circuit becomes. It's like a path through the forest. The more you walk it, the easier it gets to follow. The crisis within. What's really happening in your brain? Here's where it gets interesting. When you make a mistake, 3 areas of your brain activate: the prefrontal cortex, your rational part, the one that knows what's right; the amygdala, your emotional alarm system, which reacts to fear, anger, insecurity; the basal ganglia, your habit hard drive, storing old patterns. Now, guess which one's really in charge? If you thought the rational one, you're dead wrong. When you're stressed, anxious, or scared, the amygdala takes over. The prefrontal cortex, your thinking part, just shuts down. That's why you say things you regret when you're angry. That's why you binge eat when you're anxious. That's why you drunk text your ex at midnight. You're not in control. Your emotions are. And the basal ganglia, they just replay what you've done before, because it's the fastest route. Bottom line, when you're under emotional pressure, your brain turns off reason and switches on autopilot. And autopilot only knows one script, the old one. If you've ever felt stuck in this loop, drop a and comment one word that describes how you feel when you repeat the same mistake. Attempts to break the loop. WHAT works and WHAT doesn't. Now you're probably thinking, okay, cool, but how do I break out of this? Good news, you can rewire it. Bad news, most strategies people use don't work. First classic attempt, willpower. You decide this time will be different. You make promises to yourself. You get pumped up. 3 days later, right back to square one. Why? Because willpower is a muscle. It gets tired, and when you're exhausted, stressed, or emotionally drained, it disappears. Second common mistake: trying to erase the past. I'm just going to forget this happened. I'll turn the page. Except your brain doesn't delete memories. It overwrites them. If you don't create a new pattern to replace the old one stays there. And it comes back the first chance it gets. Third trap: thinking that understanding the mistake fixes the mistake. You go to therapy. You discover you're repeating patterns from childhood. You understand everything. And you keep repeating it. Why? Because understanding isn't the same as changing. Your rational brain might know what to do, but if your emotional brain doesn't reprogram, you'll stay in the loop. So what actually works? Conscious interruption plus pattern replacement. Here's how. You identify the trigger, what leads you to the mistake. Interrupt the automatic behavior with a pause, a breath, a distraction, and insert a new behavior in its place. For example, every time you get anxious, you eat. Trigger equals anxiety. Behavior equals eating. New pattern. Feel anxiety? Stop. Take 3 deep breaths. Drink water. Take a walk. Sounds simple, but the key is repetition. You need to do the new pattern as many times as you did the old one, until your brain accepts this is the new route. And here's another secret: you need external support. Alone, your brain will try to pull you back to what's familiar. But if you have someone who reminds you, supports you, holds you accountable when the urge to repeat shows up, your success rate skyrockets. Studies show that people with support networks are 3 times more likely to change repetitive behaviors than people who try alone. The future: technology, neuroscience, and the new way to hack your brain. What if I told you that in 10 years, we might be able to reprogram mistakes with the click of a button? Sounds like sci-fi, but it's already happening. Labs are testing transcranial magnetic stimulation, a technique that uses magnets to turn off bad habit circuits in the brain. Basically, you put a device on your head. It sends magnetic pulses to the right area, and boom, the loop weakens. Still experimental, but the early results are mind-blowing. There's also artificial intelligence being used to predict when you're about to screw up. Apps that monitor your behavior, identify patterns, and send you an alert before you fall into the trap. Hey, you always text your ex after PM. Want to block WhatsApp for an hour? Sounds invasive, but it could be revolutionary. On the flip side, we're also dealing with a new problem: instant gratification culture. We want to change fast. We want results now. And when they don't come, we quit. But rewiring your brain doesn't work like that. It takes time, it takes repetition, it takes patience, and that goes against everything the internet taught us. So the future might be a mix: technology that speeds up the process, plus a mindset that accepts change is slow. At the end of the day, repeating mistakes isn't stupidity, it's biology. Your brain was programmed to keep you safe, not to make you evolve. And safety, to your brain, means repeating the familiar even when the familiar hurts you. But here's the thing: you're not a prisoner of your brain. You can reprogram it. You can build new circuits. You can teach your autopilot to take better routes. But it doesn't happen with willpower, not with promises, not with guilt. It happens with awareness, repetition, and support. And it happens slowly. So next time you catch yourself repeating the same mistake, don't hate yourself. Understand, it's your brain trying to protect you the only way it knows how, and then, slowly, you change the route. Now tell me, what mistake do you keep repeating? And what do you think stops you from changing? Drop it in the comments. And if this video made sense, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also stuck in this loop. Let's break out of this together.